In this video, we're going to be talking about Jackson and how important Nico Jackson is for Chelsea for the rest of this season and next season. Now, if you are on the fence with this player, please watch this video as I talk about why he's so important for this club. And I do understand he does lack the goal scoring opportunities, but really, when you do look at his numbers, he's actually not that bad when it comes to scoring goals, along with adding assists to his game. Now, currently right now in the season, he's had 9 goals, 5 assists in 23 matches. Now, you could argue he should have quite a few more. There obviously have been multiple chances for him to score more goals this season. He has been out due to injury, but he is coming back this upcoming week when we do have our next match after this long international break. And that is huge news, not only for Chelsea fans, but obviously Enzo Maresca, Cole Palmer, Enzo Fernandez, and the rest of the Chelsea team, because we have been lacking a striker these last handful of months, because without Jackson, we have no one that is able to bully any center backs. We have Nkuku, who does absolutely nothing like that. We have Neto, who's way too small. We have anyone else we put up there. They just cannot push CBs like Jackson does. And with his pace, it's a huge element to his game, and it really does help Chelsea break down the defenses for other teams. And because he's been out currently, we've hadn't had anyone make these dying runs through the middle, through the outside, and again, making all these runs, not expecting the ball sometimes, but when they do get the ball, able to run on goal and actually have a goal scoring opportunity. And this again is why Chelsea have been lacking in winning matches as of lately, because we do not have a guy that can get us in front of goal and actually score something. And now I do understand this is where the whole complication of Jackson comes into play, because he's not scoring all those goals. But the thing is when he's getting close to goal and say he does miss or it gets blocked, there's typically someone else that's going to actually rebound that shot. Or again, it causes more stress on the defenders. And when that is happening in any type of match, the more stress you're putting on CPs or any defensive players, the more issues they're going to have throughout the entire match. Now, obviously, in the beginning of the game, they're going to be good, but as that game continues to progress and Jackson keeps doing what he's been doing the entire time he's been at Chelsea, there is going to be errors. And when those errors do happen, it might not be Jackson who, again, capitalizes on these errors. It might be Palmer. It might be Noni Maewaki. It might be Jadon Sancho. It might be Nkuku. I highly doubt it's going to be him. It might be anyone else on the pitch that match, and this is why we need him. Obviously, Enzo Maresca speaks highly of this player. He saw what he could do when he was fully fit, and it's not a coincidence that when Chelsea started slacking in the end of last year in December, kind of November area, it was when Jackson started declining on his goals, but also picked up an injury. And since then, Chelsea have been like a chicken with their head cut off. They've been absolutely all over the place when it comes to the attacking third. There's really not been a single player that we can look at and think that they're going to be the guy that's going to score for us, or the guy that we can rely on getting in front of goal. And on top of all that, Jackson also brings the aerial quality that we also been lacking. When you think about the current players right now that are playing for us in the top front, the number 9 position, again, Neto and Nkuku, Jadon Sancho, I'm trying to think of who else we've thrown up there. None of those guys are aerial threats. So anytime we want to cross a ball into, there's no point, because they are not going to win those balls. Any CB or any CDM is going to stop them and obviously win the header over them. Yes, we do score off set pieces with corner kicks and again free kicks, but when we're doing that, we're having Tosin, Fofana, all our other CBs and defensive players going up there and attacking. And this again is why Chelsea have been so lacking when it comes to winning matches, because we only have 1 or 2 threats in the entire match, and teams know that. They see what they need to do, they understand defensively what they need to do, and it's not complicated. When you don't have complications for the center backs, for the defense, for the other team, again, very easy to set up and have a low block and stop all the attacks coming day in and day out. And on top of that, we've also seen Cole Palmer, who's been struggling, not been scoring goals. So therefore, again, any of that magic from him is obviously been lacking. And like I said, all that other stuff we just mentioned makes it so much easier for teams to really lock up, be defensive, and again, stop us from scoring goals. And like I said, with Jackson coming back, this first match for him, I think he needs to start right away for us. Now, whether he plays a full 90, I don't know if that's going to be the case, but he should at least get 60 minutes because he is back in training, which again is good news because this will give him plenty of time to get back up to the full fitness to hopefully play a whole 90. But like I said, if he only plays 60, hopefully he can score a goal early on, or again, be some type of threat to allow us to score goals from other players or other parts of the pitch. And therefore, again, Chelsea can get back to their winning ways because currently, right now, we are sitting in the top 4, which is great news, but obviously anything can still happen for the rest of the season. Manchester City, Newcastle are right behind us. Anything these last handful of matches definitely can go either direction, that we can stay in the top 4 or we could drop all the way out in the 7th. So like I said, Enzo Maresca has to be very really tactical wise when it comes to who he's selecting. But like I said, it makes sense that Jackson needs to be starting for us immediately, and I think when he does, he's going to be very hungry to score goals. And like I said, once he opens the floodgates to scoring that first goal, things are going to take off, not only for him, but for the rest of the squad and for the rest of the season. And Chelsea should go on to finish in the top 4 on top of winning the Conference League in Europa. Again, that's something that we should be doing whether Jackson's fully fit or not. But with Jackson fit, that should be a must, and it should happen because when that does happen, it's going to have a huge confidence booster for these players for not only this season but into next season, and obviously Enzo Maresca. And it will actually help us bring in new players. So whether we do finish outside the top 4 but win the Conference League, will obviously be in Europa, and therefore again that still brings in new players, and obviously we'll be selling players this summer. But like I said, Nico Jackson is the big talking point. We definitely need him back fully fit and starting as soon as possible because he will make a huge difference. So if you made it this far, I greatly appreciate if you do hit the like button, subscribe down below, and also I do have a book down below if you want to check it out. I greatly appreciate it. It does help support this channel, and as always, I will see you in our next video.